Okay, so this video is just kind of me and doing a little creation, something I came up with. Let's see if I can. I'm always working within Koala probably first, just because that's what I like. I am going to do something here, copy over, and I want to clear out the keys, and then I'm going to do another one and clear out the drums so I can have separate parts so you can see. So here's the main one right there, and then I'll play it for you in just a second, but I'm going to show you kind of what I'm doing here. So I started in Koala with some simple drums and then made a couple riffs that I like, or an idea that I like. And actually I started with this hat loop. Hopefully you can hear it. Let me see if I can turn up the volume on the speakers for you. Really simple hat loop. Then I added a hat over the hats. Hopefully that made sense. With those, that sounds exactly like it, right? So I just took that hat and then used it as extra to fill in some gaps on there. So I'm not going to show you how that sounds alone because I would have to separate it, and I'm not going to do that for this video. Then I added these and I play these together. Of course, I'm using off-grid, which I'm not going to put in the camera too much of what I'm using right now. I'll just tell you. You've seen enough videos of me with off-grid to know. Okay, so then I made this drum pattern here. Oops, I gotta play it from, it's a little count in. Okay, so this is 8-bar riff. You don't need to hear the whole thing, that's pretty much it. So, tambourines. So I'm using a new thing that it's kind of new. New to me for sure, because I just started using it. And Clevgren, they just dropped one that I really like. I think it's on sale at this time of the filming the video. Is $14.99, which is their entry-level price. And this is it. And it's basically like, you can see all these different things: iron sticks, metal, spade, all these cool percussive type things. There's some snares in them too that you can use, but I mainly got it for the percussion portion of it, which I like. And then what I really think is neat is that they have loops that you can use, and they're pre-made, and adjust them however you want them. But then there's also one shots. So they gave both, which is nice because a lot of times I don't like the loop and I don't feel like sitting there trying to figure out how to adjust it. I just want to play something. So I have both options, which I think makes it special. And this little line here makes it really special, that they give you a velocity randomize, a time randomize, delay, shuffle, and then of course you can adjust the time signature of it. So all of that makes this little app to me, and I'm just starting with it, so I don't know all the details of it. I just know a few things. Makes it cool to add a little percussive, quick little whatevers to your drums. I'll save that in a minute. I'm not worried about it. I started this in there, and then I brought it in here as an inter-app audio. And the reason I do that is because I like to have it laying over the top. So if I want to just move it out of the way, I can just move it out of the way. Right? Then I went in and I used this plug-in here, lo-fi tape. It's basically all these lo-fi different sounds. Some of it's piano, some of it's not. Oh, that's this one, I'm sorry. Use tonality with Atom. Now I'll show you, I don't generally record the MIDI in Atom. I'm recording directly into here. So what I'll do is, a lot of times is like, these are chords. I'll pick the chords like I'm using D flat Mixolydian. And so I used these chords here, these top 4. And I use this button. Hold on, I gotta get out of it. Right, and that's the chords in the song. Of course, if I want to add, the reason I left everything else is because Maybe I want to go back in there and add another part. Whatever the case may be, I have it there if I want to use it. All right, so the way I use Atom, typically, I just run it through Atom into here, and that's in case I do need to record something, then I have Atom already there, linked. I don't want to have to go back and go backwards to do that. But generally, I put right in here. So then I play that in the rhythmic pattern that I want, and this is what I came up with, something simple, but play it for you. Okay, so that's that. And then when you put it with the drums, it sounds like this. Okay, so then I always got to have at least one or maybe two leads. There's no bass in this yet, so I usually play the bass with my guitar. But I will say this, if you want a good, because there's not a lot of good bass apps to me, Bassalicious is actually okay. There's a couple in there that are good. It depends on what type of bass. For me, I'm always looking for more of a live bass. But if you're looking for like synth bass, they have some really good ones in there. Hold on a second. I'm going to show you something else too here. So you see I'm running all the mix to A so that it records into here. Really simple. I'm going to do this and then I got to get going actually. Okay, so for Fretless Bass, been out for a minute. A worthy buy in my opinion, partly because if you want something that sounds pretty real, it's the closest I've seen to me where, like, I'm not going to do standard slap, but like if you get, there's a vintage growl, like a studio jazz type bass, something simple. It's got the slide, the vibrato in there. So that, I like that because I do like playing it more. And I think that gives you a little bit better feel. I'm not going to do this right now. Like I said, I don't have no time. I'm actually going to save this, though, so I don't lose the session. But this, I'll just call it, what did I call it? I like to match it with whatever I have in here. So I'll go back up and inspire 90 beats per minute. Okay, cool. Hit save there just to be sure that's done. Save in here. Because if you don't, you will lose your stuff. You become more save oriented. Save and inspired. Sorry if you can't see it. This is the iPad Mini 6, so I will say it is a little different. And I will put the key as D flat, Mixolydian. I'll just put Mixo, that's fine. Okay, hit save. So now I'll have these instruments if I want to come back to them. So anyway, the bass, let's just do this. So I like that. If you want to make it interesting a little even more, you could do, you could put a compressor on it if you wanted to, or some saturation if you want to make it a little different. There's so many ways to do this. Or you can put like an amp on it. It already sounds like it has an amp, but whatever, you could throw one on. So now it's beefed up. You might have to even lower that volume a little bit if you're going to run it like this. Adjust your volume a little bit. know, if you want to make sure that you don't play out of key or you're struggling with that, that's why I use, which I'm about to show you, why I use this one, because you can touch the scale and set the scale to C sharp, whatever, D flat, and then put it in Mixolydian, which is what I'm using. Map it to the white keys. And the reason is because I use the X key air, right? And now, oops, I'm still set on this one. So right now I'm set on the horn. So if I'm playing my lead, it might sound like this. Oh, let me start that over because I feel like it jumped. Hold on. Okay, so you get an idea. I'll record my Swam alto sax, right, if I wanted to jazz. So I'm using the same process. Basically, I'm using the Mixolydian, right? Mixolydian. And the same thing with the bass, so that you don't play a note off. If you want to stay on there, so you could go here. This one would be control here. You just got to make sure you remember, if you're going to swap out, turn that off. And then this one should go here. And number 4. What is this on? I think I messed up here. Hold on 1 second. That should be on 4. This one's on 3. Okay. So you can see it's trying to play here too. That's the only thing you gotta be careful if you're playing notes like this. So another way around that, let's say you don't have the keyboard, which is okay. You can go here and use the I fretless. So punch I fretless onto this one. And now whatever you're playing here, it'll automatically be on. So, but I highly suggest, if you're going to do that, to just learn the notes. Like here's the notes. So D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, and C flat. So you need to know those notes if you do it that way, to me, because even though it is mapping it to the white, how in the world am I knowing what I'm going to play here? So I would personally be a little more confused that way. Some may not. It may work for you. Whatever the case may be, find what works for you on that. I think having a controller can be beneficial on that. But when I'm playing this, I generally don't do the mapping here. But I'm also primarily playing it on an actual bass. So to be honest with you, I'm not really mapping it through there. I think it's just one of those things where you just learn what you're going to play. So if you know the chords, like in this case, there's only 4 chords. You can see I'm playing A flat, B flat, C flat, and B flat. And by the way, C flat is the same thing as just a B, right? Because they're technically, there's no, I guess you would call it C flat in this particular key of Mixolydian, but it's just a B, okay? So anyway, I'm not going to get into theory. That's not what I'm here for. All right, so I'm playing, really, if you think about it, I'm playing only 3 notes, 3 chords. So, because this is still a B, one's a minor versus this being just a 7th. But still, it's just B flat. We're looking at just the root note of what it is, right? So there's 3 notes. So if I go back in here, those 3 notes, A flat, B flat, C flat, and B flat again. So A flat's going to be here, right? You flatten it. Here's B. And then you got to find, so A flat, B, this is B, but we need B flat. So what I'm going to do is find B flat, which is right. I'm going to play here because this gives me what I need. So A flat, B flat is going to be, so you have A flat, what do we say the notes were? No, I'm brain struggling, sorry. A flat, B flat, and C flat. C flat is going to be B. Here's your B. Here's your A flat. I'm sorry, A flat. So A flat, B flat, and then you're going to play a B. So you could do it here if you like that sound. Technically, you wouldn't be able to do it over here because you would have to step up because you don't have enough notes in this. You'd have to move the notes. You're not going to play it there. So I would just say it here. There's your 3 notes. So let's just try it out. Just see what we come up with. All right, just as simple as that. That's a very simple bass line you could do. And you saw it was only 3 notes for the chords. And of course you can vary that. You could play it one way one time and then switch it up the next time and do it a little different to give you some variation in the sound. But honestly, that's about really it. That's what I mean, if I got the real bass out, I'm probably going to do the same thing. I might add another note, ghost note here or there. Maybe, just depending on how I feel, because it feels a little different when I'm playing it versus when I'm touching the screen. Or turn around, like build a little turnaround part to the bass line. And that's probably it. So anyway, this is a long video. I usually don't do videos this long because most people don't want to sit and watch this long of a video. But that gives you an idea of what you can do right there in Fretless Bass with all the stuff that I use. And I think that's enough for today. I'm not going to do a video anymore for today because I'm a little tired and I got some work to do. So try that out. Incorporate whatever you like into your workflow, and whatever you don't like, then don't worry about it. But the rest of it is pretty cool. If you want to put your bass notes in here, you could just record the bass notes separately, which is probably what I would do, because I don't want to record the bass line necessarily full out in here. I can, but I don't want to. I want to just record it separate, so that way I can play the notes again inside here. You don't have to do that. You could literally play it, put it on one thing, and then just jump in here and put a line straight across. But I just want to do it a little different, you know. So anyway, it doesn't matter, whichever one you want. I'm going to go ahead and save just because I just feel like you should do that. And I'm going to save here. And then this video is done. We're at 18 minutes. Y'all have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.